Hi, my name's Cassandra. I'm a senior undergrad just finishing up my degree in psychology. In this video, I'm going to share some tips that helped me in my courses, and they're backed by cognitive science research. The techniques I'm going to share aren't specific to psychology. I've used these strategies successfully for humanities and STEM courses as well, so they work across the board. Firstly, studies show that when information is organized in a way that makes sense to us, we can remember it more easily compared to when it just seems all jumbled together in our head. It's important to organize your notes in a way that makes sense to you. For example, in my History of Psychology course, my professor discussed major figures chronologically, based on when their work was done. But I found that I remembered the content better if I grouped it by the topics rather than by the timelines. So instead of my notes looking like this, they looked more like this. Do what works best for you. Next, once you've made your notes, it's time to plan out when to study. Over 100 years of research shows that the most effective way isn't to cram, but to space out your study sessions. For example, if I had 20 days to prepare for my next history test, first, I would break up the test material and study it by the major units. I would study behaviorism, social psychology, and cognitive psychology, each on a separate day. Then I would repeat this schedule until a few days before the test, when I would review all the content together to keep it fresh in my mind. Now to the actual studying. A lot of students' first instinct is to read over their notes. This is helpful to refresh your knowledge, but past research shows that to really encode what you've learned in a course, the best way is to test yourself. I like to make decks of flashcards for each chapter or topic. Each card asks a different question. For example, describe Milgram's famous study. First, I'll try to answer this question myself without peeking at the answer on the card, as if the question just came up in an exam and I didn't have the answer in front of me. Once I've come up with an answer, or tried as hard as I could, I'll flip the card over to see if I was correct. If I got the answer right, I'll put the card in a different pile. If I got it wrong, I'll put the card at the back of the deck and try again when it comes back around. Students often spend more time studying material they already know when they should be studying the material they don't know. It's important to focus on material that you're having trouble remembering. Those are the points you need to work on. I keep going through the deck of cards I got wrong until I've gotten them all right without having to look at the answer. Then I go through the whole deck again to make sure I've really gotten the content down. I do this process for every deck, usually focusing on one topic per day. I hope this can help you in your studying.